Breakfast, most important meal of the day. Eggs, love it. I love how you can go around the world and every cuisine, every culture, they use eggs. It's the cheapest protein, but it's amazing what something very little can change it into something completely different. I'm using one ingredient to make it Thai style. One. Can you imagine? You call a Thai omelette Thai just because of a tiny bit of fish sauce. It is magic when you put it in with the eggs. It doesn't have a great aroma on its own. Really doesn't. Joel, what do you think? Yeah. Ooh, ooh. Not great. Not great. But when you mix it with things, it works. Like, did you know, of course, like the Caesar salad has got anchovies in it, but there's a lot of people that don't like anchovies. They don't notice it in the Caesar salad. This is magic. So I want a really hot wok. I've got to use a wok on this. I'm going to crack some eggs. Three is always the perfect omelette. And I want to get it kind of nice and whisked up. And there's just a little bit of a way to form this omelette that makes it also a bit Thai. So I'm going to give that a really good whisk. The more you fluff up that white, the more you're going to get air into it. It's going to bubble up. Then a dash of nampla, fish sauce. Oh, I love my Thailand trips. I really do. I love it because it feels like those 90-degree days when you wake up, you have breakfast outside at the hotel and it's steaming and it's hot and you're in Thailand, and then you have a bite of something and it's like, oh, wow, that's what it's all about. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of oil, quite a bit. So I do want that nice and hot. I really want this to bubble up, and that's where you get that Thai style, which is really kind of browned on the outside. I was so lucky. I went to this Michelin star street outlet, which was called J5, and she does a crab omelette. It's about $100 for an omelette on the street. It was the most incredible thing I've ever tasted. Incredible. Okay, let's get that nice, hot, and bubbly. You see that around the edges? Oh, that's it. Just going to bring that in a little bit, and we'll start to form that perfect shape. It's that simple. All it was is the fish sauce to give it something a little bit different. So I had this crab omelette. It takes like 15 minutes to make. There was a line for 3 hours to get that omelette. I luckily cheated because I've got a friend that knows the chef, and we got to meet her, J5. Oh my goodness, it was amazing. But it inspired me, as all travel does. You know, I always wonder why there's not such a bridge against or with travel and food. Like, as soon as you book a ticket to somewhere you've never been, what's the first thing you're thinking of? Is what are you going to eat? What restaurants are you going to go to? And it's such a crazy link that we've got to kind of always embrace that when we think about travel. And then when we come home, we want to create it. And that's what this is all about, creating something I've had. Look at that color. Do you see that? Isn't that a beautiful color? I'm only keeping turning it in the corner because I want it to keep that shape, and I want it to be nice and runny on the inside. And fluffy. Look how fluffy that is. I mean, that was just 3 eggs. Now, if I did 3 eggs on a French omelette or a little bit different, it wouldn't look like that. This is absolutely, oh, delish. Let's get it out on that plate. Let's garnish it up. Let's get you a Thai omelette. It was incredibly easy to make and full of hot air like me. A little sprinkle of some scallions. Just a couple of little chilies. These are so powerfully spicy. And the seeds are in. If you want to make it a little less, then you just don't do quite so many. And there you have a Thai omelette that's going to change up how you normally have eggs.